Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel Darksiders Comics. I'm Marinus or Marinus, that's how you say it properly. I'm your host for today, and we're gonna do a Life Zero issue number 2 by Ablaze Comics. So yes, finally we have Life Zero, and I enjoyed the first one. And I ordered the wraparound cover, and we see here's the destroyed helicopter. I like that. So, what is this all about? Well, it seems that there's some kind of a cloud or mist covering the city, turns people into zombies. And a group of people try to break out this guy, who's a leader of a military group, and they have to do something. I'm going to explain through my review what they want. Let's dive in. So first we have a map. Now, normally I don't do nothing with map. I just look at it and think, yeah, that's cool. But it actually progresses. Let's say, I'm not sure if you can see it, but there's a blue line here. So this is where it started, in the federal prison of New Easton. So they go to an extraction point, that's the hospital. Then they go to the California Kitchen, European Center, and then to Anna, question mark, with the goal to come here. So through the story, they go to certain key points. And from there leads into other issues, I guess. But we also see a blue line here, from the black light, whatever that is, also to here. So I'm not sure, but that's what I'm guessing, because it comes from the military base or around that area. Is there another group going to this place, or are they going through the extraction point, final destination, turn around, and then go back to the military base? Because if that's the case, then this is not the final destination. I'm just guessing. And normally, like I said, I just look at this and said, yeah, it's a map, and I move on. But now, reading the story, I think, hey, what's going on? That's interesting. We also getting introduced by the key characters, but there's also spoilers here. Well, a little bit of a spoiler. So let's dive in. Enough talk. Let's talk about the comic. In the last issue, the helicopter pilot screwed up. The zombies ruined everything, and now they are in a very tough spot. So the leader, or the captain, says, it's time for plan B. And this woman says, well, there is no plan B, Captain, I'm sorry. But then out of nowhere, a van comes, and they're being saved by the other members of the military group, and they are escaping. And it seems that this guy, he's a crazy one, and I'm going to show you later. So they're going to escape, but there's also a helicopter pilot still alive, and he says, help me, please. And then she says, no, brah, you poor excuse for a pilot, because he screwed up while trying to escape. And first of all, I forgot. It's being made by Stefano Vietti and Marco Checchetto, artist of Devil's Reign and Daredevil. I want to bring that a little bit back more. Sometimes I forget that, and dive right into the story, but I want to highlight the artist and the writers, and even maybe the colorist as well. I think that's part of the review. Anyway, so they try to escape, but there is a woman here on top, and she is following the carnage and the escape of this van. So normally I would think to myself, hey, who is this woman? Well, it's Laura. So yeah, buy suspense. That's don't do this. Then we have also the name Shako. So this game is named Shako, right? Well, not entirely. So the actually, I'm going to show you a lot, by the way. So the driver is clipping everybody, and all these zombies, and said, "Are you having fun, Roni? Making the best of the totally shitty day." But then he loses control somehow, because he's driving like an animal, and I'm not sure why. And he's also looking at his phone because he has stuff to do. While the people in the back are just shouting, "Hey, dude, calm down, man! And we are just trying to escape. You're making things worse." So he crashes, into a diner, and then we have this double splash page, and it's it. And the leader says, Captain says, "Oh, you're an asshole, Ronnie. You almost killed us." And then he says, "Captain." So there's a zombie try to eat his face off, and then so Ronnie acts and shoots the zombie in the face. Art looks really, really cool. I don't read Devil's Reign because I don't buy Marvel comics anymore, because they're shit in my opinion. But you know, the art is really, really fun. I also like the very muted color scheme with the blues and the grays and the hints of reds and maybe some whites and yellows and black. So the color palette is constantly the same. If you are going, let's say here, well, not here, that's a bad example. So let's say here we have some fires here, but mostly it's all these color palettes with popping up like the red and the oranges. Well, this is also orange, but you know what I mean. Anyway, so it seems that Laura is here, and Laura is the wife of the Captain Shako, but she calls him Derek. "I prayed that you weren't infected, and I prayed that I had you left the city." So Shako is Derek. Is it Derek Shako or Shako Derek? Or is Shako just I don't know, some kind of a AKA name, also known as? I don't know. So Laura says that she lost their daughter. I mean, not that she's dead, but she's lost in the city. And, well, she needs her back. So, and then she called all the guys. Spoiler, they are in some kind of a military group. They served in Afghanistan, I guess, or some in that area. And they are really want to help Laura and the captain because they are loyal. Those are soldiers. They help each other. Moving on, zombies are coming in, by the way. So they need to escape. And they are going to do that, but what's weird about it is that they are standing here in the middle of the fucking road. But Laura says, "We are not far from where I was hiding. Try not to make noise. They don't see well, but they can hear perfectly." Really? But okay, I get that. But you're still standing in the middle of the fucking road and a zombie-infested city. Maybe you should get off the road and stop talking the whole time. Anyway, a little bit of an exposition here of the story. So one of the female soldiers says, or probably the only female soldier, I mean, Laura is not a female soldier, "The cloud remained over the city for a while, and then it moved on." Can a cloud do that? You know, staying on one place and then moving on to the next? I don't know. So Laura explains that not everyone was been infected, and some people barricaded themselves in the houses or tried to escape. So Derek says, "What did the military say?" The military thought it's just a terrorist attack, so they tried to cover things up. So the girl here, let me see what her name is. I cannot remember everything. Helena. So Helena asked Derek, "But what are you doing here, Captain?" And he says, "I came to settle a score." But then he immediately explains what the score was. And I was a little bit surprised about that, because normally if people say something like that, they are not talking about it, or something happens, and then that part of the story moves on to the next part of the, into the series. But he explains immediately, but it seems that Laura and Derek are divorced, and that she is, dating a lawyer. And the lawyer really wants to, let's say he's a wife beater. So he lays her hand on Laura. He gets the wind of him, so he goes to the city to, as he calls, Helena says, "You wanted to break him of the habit by beating him up, Captain?" And he says, "No, that was just an outburst." I noticed that this image is almost the same as this image. So they probably did some weird copy paste with a little bit of a difference here, but that's a guess. But it's too coincidental looking. So I would have killed him if they hadn't stopped me. And so that's probably why he was in prison. So Laura looks at him and then doesn't say anything. So, meaning Derek is not really over the part that they are getting, he and Helena. Was it Helena? No, it's not Helena. What am I saying? Laura is, they are divorced, and he is also not a very nice guy. He's not a hero, if you will. Moving on. So they're going to the theater here, and they changed some names here because starring, well, you can read it whose that is. My eyes are very bad. I cannot see the small letters. So they're going in and they are trying to figure out what to do. So of course they want to have their daughter back, and the daughter is with some kind of a social worker, and so they try to find her and bring the daughter back and they get the hell out of the city. And skipping a few pages. Let me see if that's the case. The soldiers talking to each other that the captain saved their asses, probably maybe once or twice in Afghanistan. I'm just, like I said, making stuff up, but that's what I'm guessing. They sprinkle here a little bit of storylines or where this is going. So it seems that they found a welfare worker that has the child, protecting her, called Hecken or Heken. That's the name of the social worker. Heken Weda. What kind of name is that? Anyway, so there's a flashback to Afghanistan because it seems that they are in quarantine, here in the real world, and this is the flashback part. So they cannot get out of the city because, well, the military raised a code level 1. And code level 1 means shooting on sights, no intimidation, rapid fire target. So they are here, I believe, at some kind of a base in Afghanistan or wherever that in the this part of the country. It says nothing where they actually are, but you can guess where they are. So there's a car coming, and they are immediately, well, this is also a code 1 that's been raised here. So they immediately open fire and shreds the car. The car crashes, and it seems that there are 2 women and a dog dead. Coming back to the present world, one of the guys called Zach pukes, and he has also these veins popping up. And it seems that he is being bitten by a zombie. Yes, because that's exactly what you always do when you're in a group of people. You are being bitten and then you actually say nothing. Like a bad TV or a bad movie. I mean, that's the stupidest thing that you're gonna do. So he's getting, he's not really turning, but he is infected. And as you can see here, he's been bitten. Now, a little bit of a personal criticism here. The whole blood visual effect things, it's more like the colorist is doing that, or the Photoshop guy, and you see here this with splashes here. I wish we see more like a flesh wound, like a bite or something that's taking out of the flesh, maybe some bandages or so, that he's trying to hide that, because if you are being bitten and there's blood streaming all over your arms, it seeps through the clothing, so you need to. So you see there's blood all on a certain spot. But, nitpicking from my side, I'm not really minding that. So he's going into, I don't know, maybe cardiac arrest, and he's starting to change. And then one of the soldiers who is his friend, and he says, hang on, man, you're going to make it, and we're going to get out of here. And yeah, don't worry, man. And then he says, I say we get him out of here, out of the city, and fuck the quarantine, sorry. And then all the other soldiers agree with them. And I think then to myself, what? Really? You want to have an infected outside of the quarantine zone into the real world? Yeah, there's nothing going wrong with that part of the idea. Jesus, are you crazy? If he's getting loose and he's biting people, you are infecting the whole world. Stop doing stupid shit. But then the last page that I'm going to show you, so spoiler here. So the captain, Derek, steps in, kills him on the spot, and he says, No, this isn't a democracy. Any, yeah. So, like I said, Derek, he's not a very nice guy. He is, you know, making sacrifices. So I'm not sure how the rest of the team is going to react about this decision. Um, well, this guy was a goner anyway, so they had to eventually kill him. But he wasn't turning immediately, if you know what I mean. He was still human. We also have the preview of Animal Castle. 7 pages wasted on stuff that I don't like. You can do this in 2 pages, 3 pages. Why use 7 pages of preview? And we have the covers. I have this one. I have the Marco Checchetto cover. And we have also they're doing some Marvel stuff cover, I guess. Not sure. And it leads us to Life Zero issue number 3 that I ordered as well. Hopefully it's coming here soon. Overall, yeah, I like where this is going. I also like this. This is not a typical, buddy military thing, and that they, do everything for each other. Well, the team does, except for Mr. Nice Guy over here that only wants to, have his daughter back. And yeah, fuck the rest. Right, Derek? Fuck your teammates, idiot. Yeah, I hope we get some nice conclusions about where the story is going. I'm really looking forward to it. So guys, that brings us to the end of the video. Wow, 60 minutes? Are you crazy? I need to stop. Thank you so much for watching. Bye-bye. Till next time. Bye.